is Rachel, and I'm 35 years old, and I spent my whole life looking for love in all the wrong places. I was raised in an alcoholic, drug-addicted home where my mother was very abusive, and when she was around, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry that came in, they were around also. I was sexually molested from the ages of 6 to 9. I ran out to the neighborhood because they were the only ones who accepted me and loved me, and at 13 I was raped by a homeboy. By the time I was 15, I was pregnant by the biggest gang member and dope dealer in my city, who to this day is locked up for murder. By the time I was 20, I was into prostitution. And I had another child at 20 years old. When I was 21, I was locked up for murder, and happened to be the murder of my uncle, and something completely different. I was locked up myself for murder. And once you live that lifestyle, you hang around with chickens, you become a chicken. But it was right there when I was locked up that Jesus met me. I was raised in the church, but the church was never raised in me. I was raised in a church that was very self-centered, self-seeking, and they knew how to talk the right language and do the right things and wear the right things, but it never impacted my life until I felt I needed it. And trust and believe, it's like riding a bike. When I got to jail, man, I knew how to pray. I knew there was a God, and I knew that He loved me, but I thought, how could He ever forgive me? And once I realized that over 2,000 years ago, He already knew I was going to be in that jail cell. He already knew I was going to be on that street corner. He already knew I was going to be gangbanging, and He forgave me anyway. He was beaten beyond recognition. His own mother couldn't recognize him. The hair was pulled out of his chin. He had thorns nailed to him for me, for a filthy drug addict prostitute like me. When I came to that realization, there was nothing more that I could do but reach other young women in my same predicament. That a man named Jesus met me when everybody else left me. All the homeboys that said they'd be there, all the homegirls that said they would show up, never did. Oh, but did He not only show up, He came in, He rearranged, He changed my life, He set me free, and because of the blood I have been set free. Only through the forgiveness of Jesus am I able to be the mother of a recruiter. They like you to think that the pimps have the big hats, feathers, and the canes, but they don't. They don't. They have the white tees and the Jordans just like we like them, and most of them have young girls like us. And I was a recruiter. I would find the girls, the cockeyed one with the limp, the one that was rejected and despised, to be honest with you, and I'd take her to get her hair done, her nails done, make her look like a beauty queen. But God has used that same pain. He's used that same purpose. He didn't change who I was. He just changed who I did it for. And now I'm a recruiter for the Lord. And I look for that same reject. I look for the same outcast. I look for that same one who feels a little limpish and a little broken and a little cockeyed and a little different. And I recruit them for the kingdom because I know God wants to use them just like He did me. I was that outcast. And because of that, same way we recruit gang members, I used to look for the little kids who I could tell they didn't have the good shoes. They didn't have the good clothes. So now we drive up on them in a van and we jump out and we give them business cards and we ask them if they want jobs. I'm proud to say that once I started taking passion for purity and learning my worth and my value, and that I was created in the image of God, that the man who loved me really would wait, and He did. I didn't even kiss my husband until we were married. We've now been married for 8 years. We have a blended family of 5 children, two of our own, if I may. And we go to the jails, we go to the prisons. I was supposed to be the inviting group into Smiley Road, and because God is faithful, now I'm able to go to Smiley Road and be hope for those women. I work with youth who are on their way to hell in a handbasket, like my grandma would say, and we recruit them. We jump out on street corners on gang members and ask them if they want jobs, and my passion more than anything is to let them know that there is a way. There's a way out. They don't have to sell dope. They don't have to sell their bodies. That there's a God who loves them, not only loves them, but is concerned with them. And all they have to do is open up their heart, open up their mind, and give God a try, because He's been waiting for them all this time.